Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here with more dividend videos. And I have to tell you, the ones that you guys are finding and identifying in the comments section, it's getting a little crazy with some of these yields that when I look at them, what I'm coming up with, it's just kind of crazy. But anyway, what you see in the thumbnail is it's exactly right, which is kind of mind-boggling, but you're not reading it wrong. 63% for the one we're going to talk about today, the OARK, versus the 69% annualized and the TSLY. And I'll show all the math behind that and exactly how that's possible. But first, a little intro to the OARK. This one does covered calls on Cathie Wood's ARK fund. So as most of you know, that fund got crushed within the last year. So the covered calls on her ARK fund were quite lucrative within the last year or so. Let me go ahead and share Yahoo Finance real quick here. And I actually need to fix the title of the video because I didn't put the funds in. But anyway, so if you look here at this screen, kind of just ruminate over that for a few minutes here, or maybe a minute, and let me just fix the title of the video here. But you'll see, like, you could do that math yourself. Add those up, the 3 months that you see, and then divide by 3, and then times by 12, which you get that number annualized, and then basically divide that by the current price, which is like $16.50, and you're going to come up with 63%, basically. So real quick here, I'm just on my other screen. OARK versus TSLY. I figured I'd just compare these two because
our connections make it easy.
We have a noisy ad
to reach your invest.
Freaking Yahoo Finance with these stupid. Now it's a diaper ad, like for old people's diapers. That's crazy. Anyway, Yahoo with their silly ads. Someone actually recommended in the comment section that I should get ad blocker, but I'm not that well versed in Yahoo Finance to have figured that out yet. But I asked the commenter to tell me what to do, and I'll look into it. So, okay, the actual title of the video is Top Dividend ETFs OARK versus TSLY with 1 million invested. Let me just put the yields in here. That'll make it better. 63%. I mean, these are really getting crazy. These yields, like it's insane. I mean, just in full disclaimer, like I would have no expectation for these yields to sustain themselves. I would not come up with like a viable long-term strategy on this. This is almost purely speculative at this point that these dividends would even stay remotely close to what they are. But who knows, you know? So back to the screen here. So if some of you are probably ahead of me, well, not ahead of me because I already did the math actually. It's hard to be ahead of the coach, right? But for those of you that followed what I said and already did the math on your own, you would add the 74.5 to the 1.09 to the 0.769. You're going to get 260 divided by 3, which is 86.8 times 12. You're going to get $10.42 approximately. So you're going to divide the $10.42 by the 1658. And yeah, you're going to get 63%. And it's actually, I said 1650. I was right in the after hours. So if you were going to multiply this by 1658 and then divide by 1650, it's 63%. So, you know, the number is accurate. Now, this is very similar to what we talked about with TSLY. And just so you know, like I just showed you exactly how I arrived at that dividend. And it looks like the TSLY did pretty good this week, actually. I should have probably waited a week to buy because I bought some SVOL last week. And I mean, it's the TSLY actually did, let's see. Well, see, it got crushed here in the first part of the month. You know, March actually turned out to be a pretty good month for the markets since we have about 20 minutes left in the month. You know, what's funny, if this video gets going in a while, this could end up going into next month, April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. Now, I have a very, very special April Fool's Day video planned for all of you all. that I've kind of hinted at for those of you that watch every video of mine. It's going to involve one of our crazy stocks that at one point was paying like over 100% in dividend yields. So those of you that follow me close probably know what that is. But that's going to be the one that the April Fool's video is going to focus on. So if this video happens to go into the next month, because it's like we got 20 minutes to go on the East Coast here. If this video happens to go into the next month, it's going to say April 1st, but this isn't meant to be the April Fool's video. And I mean, there's no fools on this channel anyway. It's just that's what the day is called, you know. So back to this dividend here. I'll try to keep it short. But we'll go over what I was saying, the market performance in the month of March. Oh, lots of interesting ads on here. I'm not sure how these are coming up. But anyway, let's focus on the numbers here. So again, to reiterate how the dividend in the TSLY works, 0.02. So it's 280 divided by 3, and then times 12. So you get $11.22, and you're going to divide this by the 1725. So actually, we dropped by 4 percentage points because the stock or the ETF went up, and it's up like $1 more in the after hours trading. So if I do this real quick, and then divide by the 1820, our dividend yield dropped to almost 61%, which this is really interesting here because we have like the dividend foundation right beneath us is shifting. So the balance is actually flipping in favor of the OARK because the TSLY is going up. But you know what? This is actually a really good thing. Like those of you that bought in when I first talked about this, and those of you that just subscribed to me from that, you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's a genius. But I can assure you, the timing just happened to be coincidence. I didn't even get into this one. I had no idea it was going to go up. Like I just said a few minutes ago, I wish I would have because I wouldn't have bought a bunch of SVOL a week ago. I would have probably bought this one. But we'll see what happens here. We'll definitely see. But I know those of you that got in, like I got a few of you that commented, and I know you're very happy with it. So glad I could be of service, at least making a video on it. I have to say, really shout out to all the comments I'm getting. Like I'm starting to get to the point where I'm having trouble responding to them all. And that's really a first on this channel. I actually went back through because I had to figure out what fund I was going to talk about tonight because I wasn't sure. So I went through the comments and I found several comments that I didn't respond to that I just missed because we're starting to get so many of them. So that's all really, thumbs up, really good news. I'm definitely happy about that. But as far as this, the TSLY, we're up almost 37% for the year, which is incredible. We started at 1340. We peaked out in February, 1785. We're almost back to where the peak was. But if you had looked at when it dropped like March 9th down to 1461 and then went all the way back up to 1725, that's a pretty good, just in like 2 or 3 weeks. You got 1725 minus the 1461 divided by 1461. That's 18% in like 2 weeks. But timing is tricky. Trying to time the market is tricky. They say time in the market beats timing the market. So that's one of those corny phrases I've heard probably too much. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Now, so we're going to add the OARK to the spreadsheet, and then we'll be A-OK in that regard. And spreadsheet here. So keep an eye over here on just kind of ruminate over the TSLY while I pull this, our favorite spreadsheet back up over here. And let me see here. Sheet number 7. Lucky number 7. So let's see. And I will switch screens in just a second once I have this all ready to go here. So let's go back here, back to the live stream. Oh, I've only got one of you on the live views. I thought I'd get more. viewership today. I've been doing better, for when I've been doing these like late evening live streams. I had been doing better, but I don't know. I guess all are busier tonight. So okay, I'm going to switch over to the spreadsheet, our favorite spreadsheet, and in that spreadsheet, I get to clunk around some more. Well, I only have to do it once, not twice. That's good. So only 50% clunking because TSLY is already there. So what I'm going to do, because I'm starting to just keep this simple, I'm going to just move. I was going to move ARC, but I'm just going to add OARK. Actually, I'm going to copy and paste. Well, I want to do it here, ideally. One line. So OARK, same deal. You have $1 million that you made throughout your career. You either hit the lottery, you hit the Powerball, you hit the jackpot somewhere, you won it at the casino, you found it on the ground. Biden gave it to you. I'm just kidding. On that one. Only if you live in certain states, maybe. But yeah, so somehow you came up or manifested $1 million somehow, maybe just through your hard work. That could be very well how you got it. And you know what? That's great. Getting it through hard work. That's always a noble means to get money. So 1725 is where we're at right now. So 57,971 shares. Is that right here? Yeah, 57,000. Got to remove the $sign here because it's not currency. So, oh, and let me make this bigger. I need to make this like size 200. Here we go. So these are the last couple we talked about. TSLY. TSLY is up here. But anyway, what did we say? The dividend was averaging. Oh, I don't want to do the math again. I think I said 260 divided by 3 is an error. Oh, because I put a $sign. Yeah, 86 cents. So it's like 0.866 times 12. So it's like 10. Yeah, it was close to what we said. 1039 annualized. Annualized, right? So in this dividend yield is, so it's $10.39 divided by, we'll just say 1650 because that's where it's at close of market, and we get another error. So let's do this. It's percent. It's formatting it in currency, but it's actually percent. So 62.97 or 63%. So this one is going to be, you're going to like this one, probably as good as the TSLY. So per year, so far, we get to times this by the number of shares, and look at that, $600,000. Now, do I think that's realistic? Not one bit. But in theory, if this dividend held constant, all other things equal, as they say in economics, that's what you would get. And I think we have a lot of happy people with that because that's $50,000 a month. So you know what? These are the funds that you all are coming up with in the comments section. So I'm just, you're throwing them out there for me. I'm just analyzing them based on this. That's how it would work. Do I think $600,000 in dividends on $1 million is sustainable? Absolutely not. But hey, they say mindset's half the game. So think positive, But 600,000 on $1 million, that's awesome, So, and then compounding it, 1.63. This is going to be year one. Let me center this here, year 2, year 3. Watch how quick you double your money. Actually, in like 4 years, if this did hold, it would just be ridiculous. It would be like, you might as well just win the lottery. Some of you would probably say that's easier. But I mean, in like 5 years, you've like 7x your money. I mean, it's just insane. And we did the same example up here with the TSLY. I mean, look at this. At some point, you've like 40x your money within, like, let's see, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Within like 7 years, you've 40x your money. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I'll do that just for fun. Because I mean, when you're getting a crazy return like that over that many years, I mean, look how quick it grows. It's just exponential. That's the magic of compound interest. So, but do I think that's sustainable? No, I really don't. And I would really caution at making this like your bread and butter strategy. Let's see, what's this? Year one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So in 7 years, 30x here. So you see the difference that makes, the 69% versus 62%. That 6%, 6 percentage point, it makes a difference in compounding of like $10 million over the same amount of time. So that's kind of crazy. But I mean, I think a lot of us would be happy just with even like 7 million if we could just do this for like 5 years. That's sweet, you know. So I've got two of you that are live right now. If you have any comments or questions or concerns or feedback, feel free to comment. You know, comments always make the live stream better. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good one that we got out here this evening. So OARK versus TSLY, the yields right now annualized, they are what they are. Um, and I had a couple commenters ask me about total return, so I'll go back to the Yahoo screen and I'll just look at, because I already went over TSLY total return. We're actually up in it. I mean, it's like having your cake and eating it too. Um, let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, almost 37% and the dividend on top of it. I mean, that it's crazy. I just don't see it lasting, but I guess get it while the getting's good. You know, I mean, I would get into this. I would probably have done this instead of SVOL at this point. But as far as total return right now, we're actually, ooh, um, we're down like $1 for the year. That's not too bad. Year to date total return, it's saying 2.8% return. So, oh, I'm not sharing. Oops. Yahoo Finance again. Here we go. Here we go. So come on. All right. So expense ratio is almost 1%, but it's saying we're up 2.8%, like I just discussed without the visual. We're only down like $1 in this one, even though it's saying we're up 2.79%. So we're basically flat. So from a total return standpoint, TSLY would still win the day. So keep that in mind. Oh, a comment. It would be fun. Oh, let me just put your comments up here. Oh, we're going to be going into, looks like we're going to be going into the next month here. Let's see. It would be fun if it held, but even 1 year would be amazing. Oh, I agree. Hey, I would take 600,000 for the first year. Heck yeah. I would definitely. Oh, and I see. So if you have the red YouTube icon, that means you also run a channel. So I'm assuming both of you that are commenting here also run a channel. That's really cool. So shout out to you there, Join Jen. Hopefully, if your channel's growing, we can always do a collab. You know, you can always come on the podcast. And then I've got Z here. So Z, who it looks like also happens to run a channel because I see the red. I think I haven't noticed that before. So I think that means when I see that, I think when I see the red thing like that, that means you have a channel. But anyway, so Z says, I just joined. What's your opinion on putting all my money into these two funds for fixed income? Well, right now, I mean, you see the income's been pretty fixed at a pretty high rate for the last 3 months. How long it'll last, I can't say. But I went over the example on paper. So there you have it. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow or next month.